Right. Hello. Hello, Booktube. It's Louise, the Big Hair Bookworm. Lovely to see you. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good day. Wherever it is you are and whatever it is you're doing, this is what we're working with. Okay? Okay? I've just done a whole big video of chatting and that kind of stuff. And then the camera said it's too hot. So I did this whole big thing about the fact it's too hot in the UK at the moment. We've got a heat wave and we've got fans everywhere and it's just too hot. And then my camera said it's too hot. So we're going to make this a lot quicker because I don't want to upset the camera. And I had it on the windowsill and I think it just got too hot. So we're going to have to enjoy this. I'll take the neck one off. There we go. But if you don't mind, I am going to keep that one. That one. This one on. I've also got another one, which I'm not actually putting on at the moment. I've also got some water. Stay hydrated, everybody. Laundry is drying really quickly because it's really hot. Every booktuber, YouTuber person in the UK is basically talking about the heat because it's too hot. It's not actually going to be that super hot here today. I'm just mindful of my poor camera. Yeah, well, let's have a look at the weather we've got at the moment. I mean, it's not actually going to be. It's 32 here today, which, you know, is a bit... It's a bit warm. Can I move you a little bit? So there we are. There we are. A little bit more in the light. In the light. Ah, let's get that fan going on me. There we go. Cooling the cleavage down. That's what we need. Let's talk about books. Let's talk about books. It's Friday Reads. It's Friday Reads, friends. Friday Reads. It's Friday Reads. I'm here on a Friday. It's Friday Reads. Woohoo! So, Friday Read. You're gonna get all my chins at this angle. Never mind, eh? To love me is to love my chins. What can I say? Friday Reads. What happened? This happened. I got the Kindle. Actually came on the day it was supposed to, not the day that I thought it was going to. So, yeah. So, there we go. I got this one, which is the matcha one. Matcha cover. I don't know how big it is. Size of my head. It's great. And I also got 3 months unlimited, Kindle Unlimited, which I have taken great advantage of this week. And I have, make sure I'm looking in the right place, I have downloaded and read some already. I've actually downloaded loads. So firstly, I downloaded from my Kindle Dissection of a Murder by Jo Murray, which was recommended by Grumpy Reader, I think. So I downloaded and I started it, but then I got distracted by other books that I downloaded onto Kindle Unlimited. This is my only concern with Kindle Unlimited, is that it is so easy to fill your Kindle with lots and lots of things that you want to read and that you don't actually read them because you're too busy browsing, getting the dopamine hit from ordering things. However, I have actually read 3 books this week. They are all fairly quick romances, so it sounds better than it actually is. So it sounds more kind of impressive than it actually is, always with these kind of things. So the first one I read was a duology, and it was Crown Me Dead was the first in the duology, and the second book is Crown Me Yours, and this is by Liv Zander, which is a dark fantasy romance. I saw it not advertised, I saw it recommended on Instagram by I think she's probably a BookTok person. She's probably on that TikTok app, which, as you can tell by the way I talk about it, I am not on that. I cannot cope with that kind of quick moving thing. So those, even like Instagram reels or that you see on YouTube, the kind of the reels stories, I can't really cope with them. I can only cope with watching them for a very limited time. That kind of rapid fire does not make my brain feel nice. It's similar to, I can't cope with strobe lighting. That can set me into a migraine so quickly. You know how they say for those people that are affected by kind of strobe lighting, I don't have epilepsy, which is like most people, it's epilepsy, isn't it? It's not that. it's the rapidness can set me into a ocular migraine, which will then go into a full-blown migraine with an aura, like so quickly. And I think because of that, I am susceptible to that kind of quick moving content. It doesn't feel comfortable in my brain. So I have never downloaded TikTok, because I know I don't know how long they are, but it does seem to be that they are quite rapid moving. And I find that with reels, I have to be careful that I can only watch, like even like 5 minutes can be too much for me. So she was on Instagram. I think I like scrolling through a little bit and saw her, and I like her actually. I can't remember her name, but she was saying that Crown Me Dead and Crown Me Yours by Liv Zander were her top books of this year so far. This year's been a bumper year, she was saying. So I read them. They are dark fantasy romance. I have got this by Liv Zander, which is Feathers So Vicious. I bought this last year, I think, on a bit of a whim. Probably she recommended it because apparently she really likes it. Poor big-haired people in this weather. We haven't got a hope, really. We haven't got a hope. So I bought this nice kind of feathers on the edges. Oh, just on that bit. It's a kind of soft feeling paperback. Very nice. First book in the Court of Ravens. I gather this is for mature readers. One would suggest that it is explicit. I haven't read it yet. I am going to read it now because the Crown Me Dead and Crown Me Yours got to me. I got pulled into it. I read it I think I started it like kind of half an hour before bedtime. How old am I? And read first half an hour. I thought, this is reminding me of a Grimm's fairy tale. It has that kind of, I don't know, that kind of feeling about it. And I enjoyed, I like Grimm's fairy tales, which are in fact quite grim, because there's kind of plague and a curse on, the king is not looking after his people. There's a curse on the king. It's pestilence and rot is what is sweeping through the kingdom, through the city. The descriptions of the pestilence and the rot was quite visceral, and I thought that was quite for mature readers, but it had very much that kind of Grimm's fairy tale vibe to it. The setup was to it. I liked the setup. I liked the main lass, whose name I can't remember, Ilara. I liked her. I liked liked Vale, her kind of chap, and there's another chap as well, because I suppose it's a love triangle. There's a whole load of tropes involved in it. It is explicit. I don't think it was that explicit, really. But, it is definitely explicit. It is for, a bit of sauce in there. I got the setup, what the setup is, very quickly, and worked out what was the big reveal. Whether it's not because I've read too many of them, or whether or not because I wondered whether Liv Zander was inspired by fairy tales. And so, because I got it quite quickly, like within the first 20 pages, I think it was, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter, actually. Yeah, so the two books, when I'm saying it got me, it made me cry at the end of the second book, which is so unusual for me. Not that I'm a particularly hard-hearted person. However, I don't look for things to make me cry. So you know how a lot of people read things or watch things to get that kind of bubble of emotion that they can experience and what have you. I don't. Oh no, has that gone? Because no, I suddenly thought that my microphone had died, but no, it's still saying it's going. Is that? Can I just double check? Yeah, maybe it's just suddenly thought that'll be annoying, wouldn't it? Actually, just hold you there, because then I can. Hopefully, you're not getting affected by the fan noise, which is why I've got the fluffy thing on it. So very good. If you like dark fantasy and you like that kind of if you like dark fantasy romance. I thought they were great. It's on Kindle Unlimited. I'm not sure I would have gone out and bought it, but the fact it was there to read, I was like, woohoo, yeah, I love that. What else did I get on Kindle Unlimited? That's the thing. I've been browsing and clicking. She also recommended When the Moon Hatched by Sarah Parker. So I've downloaded that. I think that's the first in a series. Not sure. The Poisoned Daughter by Sheila Masterson. That is definitely a standalone. So I've downloaded that. I've downloaded a Scandi crime thriller that I had put on my wish list that I had fancied by Morgan Greene, and it's Angel Maker. That's the first in a series. And I really fancied that. So that's going to be, I reckon that's going to be one of my next books. The Vanishing Cherry Blossom Bookshop. I've just said I don't like things that like try to build the emotions and make me cry. However, that I think is one. Oh no, it's getting hot again. You're going to go in a few minutes. Oh no. And I also downloaded and read The World's Wimpiest Vampire by Silvano Falcon, which is a lovely queer romance, modern day romance. It was really sweet. It's part of the Supernatural Suckers. So again, it's kind of fantasy romance, although it's set in the now. Very cute, very cozy, a little bit graphic. But I enjoyed that. What else was I going to show you? I was going to very quickly show you before my camera overheats. I ordered this in, and I think this might be one of my new books that I'm actually going to read. It's called This Is Not a Vampire Story by Simon Doyle. It's the most beautiful paperback. And this was recommended by Garrett in the comments. So it shows you that I do read the comments all the time. And I do, when you tell me to read something, I always go and check them out. I'm not going to read everything because not everything is going to be to my taste. But yeah. So that's, I think, I've also downloaded The Impossible Garden of Clara Thorne by Summer in England. She's somebody else I follow on Instagram and I like. So yeah, so that's it, friends. Before my camera just dies and overheats, I'm worried that it's just going to go. It's just going to go. I'm not playing anymore. So yeah, those are, got my Kindle. I got my Kindle and my 2 books. So yeah, so these 2 I'm really fancying reading. I think I want to I don't like reading everything on my Kindle. I like to have a proper physical book in front of me. But Kindle Unlimited, no, I haven't. I've just realised I told you a lie. I've downloaded The World's Wimpiest Vampire, which is the second in the series, but I actually read Hell's Most Incompetent Demon. I almost told you a complete untruth. Luckily, I caught myself there. Yeah. Audio. I've started a Patricia Wentworth. It's called Poison in the Pen. So, yeah. So I've started listening to that. But I've been very distracted by podcasts this week. So, there you go. Right. Is everything still recording? Yes. So I shall bid you farewell. Keep cool, everybody. If you're having a heat wave, a tropical heat wave, go and have an ice cream with me, because that's what I'm going to be doing later. Have an ice cream, get your fans going, get your aircon on, and I'm going to love you and leave you. Booktube, this has been lovely. Let's do this again. Bye.